we are in Bakersfield, California, at the setup location where they tried to fuck a big bitch's life over in the worst fucking way. But we are actually driving to... All right, y'all, so we're back here. We're in Bakersfield, California on Mount Vernon Avenue, where the sting op went, well, the botched ass sting op. It fucking sucks to revisit this shit, but hey, we're back here. You know, basically I was coming to meet up with a certain someone that you guys already fucking know. So right now, I am at the Rite Aid where it all started. This is where I parked, basically. First off, what's going through my mind as I'm walking up, I'm thinking to myself, I should have, brought my fucking Glock with me. You know what I mean? Because I actually left it up on the fucking counter at home, What's going on through my head is, more than likely this shit is going to end very, very fucking badly. But, fuck it, why not? You know what I mean? So, walking. They had to be camped out behind that brick wall right by that Jack in the Box. You feel me? Because as you're walking, you don't... I didn't fucking see any goddamn body. You feel me? As I'm walking, I'm contemplating up in my head, don't do this shit, get the fuck out of here. Shit's going the fuck down, Well, I'm not saying shit's about to go the fuck down. I'm basically thinking like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It was fucking 4 years ago.
What % likelihood did you think it was like a setup versus an actual girl that you were gonna have some fun with?
In my head, I guess I was at like 35%. 35% setup, 65%, gonna have some fun or whatever, you know what I mean? And so literally, as I'm walking, bam, right here, that's when they come around this brick wall right here, and they approach me on some bullshit, and they start, I can't remember what the fuck was said, but pretty much it was, you're caught red-handed. You know what I mean? They got the documents, they got all that shit. When you're in that particular situation, it's one thing to say what you would have did, what you should have did, what you were going to fucking do. Bitch, it's another fucking thing to be actually in that particular moment and not knowing what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if they're the police, you don't know if they're working with like a government entity or what, you know what I mean? You're just frozen with fucking fear and you don't know what to fucking do. These interrogators, they take advantage of that fucking fear. You know what I mean? Because you just want to say whatever it is that you have to say, agree with them, say whatever, get the fuck out. You're thinking that, you know what, man, the more I cooperate with them, the more that I agree with them, the more, the faster and the more that I fess up, I get to fucking leave as quickly, you know what I mean? But, obviously it didn't turn out to be that fucking way, so. Well, the second I saw, Alex Rosen and he came up on me and shit, obviously at the time, in the moment, I didn't know and I wasn't aware that my life was going to fucking change the way that it did. You know what I mean? Obviously looking back upon it now, yeah, it's fucked up, The shit went downhill for the most part. But it's like, motherfucker, you're going to sit back and try to, fuck me over and ruin my life, nigga, when you got a whole fucking slew of skeletons in your fucking closet. But it's perfectly okay because nobody wants to talk about that, right? Yeah, so as I'm still walking, he's, coming at me with all this evidence and all the papers and shit like that. He's basically just grilling my ass up in the fucking corner. You got the little short ass motherfucker who's wearing a fucking, what the fuck, he was wearing a ski mask, a balaclava, tried to give him the whole little famous fist bump or whatever. He's like, oh man, I don't do fist bumps with fucking, predators and all that bullshit. And it's like, all right, well nigga, fuck you too then. Me personally, man, I sat back, I tried to do the whole fist bump thing simply due to the fact that I was trying to like, break the ice, make light of the situation, you know what I mean? Crack a joke or whatever. It didn't end up fucking happening that way. You know, I mean, when he wouldn't fist bump me, I mean, it felt like the classic case of fucking rejection. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, it's okay. That nigga's a faggot in any fucking way, so fuck him. So, at this point, you know, you're fucked, you're caught. You know what I mean? More so in my body, I'm frozen with fear. You know what I mean? When I start getting like frozen with fear, like the whole fight or flight shit, I started getting this thing. I started to get this thing called cotton mouth. You feel me? Where I'm just like, you know what I mean, and doing that shit. In my mind, I'm just like, you know, just tell him what he wants to fucking hear. You know what I mean? You're more so just telling them what they want to fucking hear, because I mean, at that point in time, it's like, you know, you're thinking to yourself, the faster you get this shit over with, the faster you can go home. Which is never the fucking case. It's never that fucking cut and dry or easy, that fucking simple, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, yeah, the fact that I saw them recording and like I guess it was like a medium built guy, you know what I mean? He had the handheld camera. Yeah, you knew that this shit was like all fucked up, dude. You know, you knew that it was a blatant setup, blatant sting. You knew that whoever you were messaging wasn't who you were messaging, you know what I mean? So, you know, as I was walking up, I thought this was a real ass person. It went from real person to fake person. What the fuck are you going to do? It's pretty much, you know. Well, yeah, I mean, the reason why the entire, you know, cupcake thing was like a major hit and shit like that, and the reason why a lot of people started talking about it and fucking making jokes about the shit online is because when I was at home and she gave me a call, you know, at first I was like, yeah, I can't fucking do this shit. I got some shit going on, you know, so I blatantly rejected the fucking shit at first, you know. And then the second time I hung up, she gave me a call again, and she was all like, you know, I just want you to come over. I was just going to give you a fucking cupcake or some shit. And that's where, like, when she said that, transitioning to here, you know, that's what I basically told them, and then shit got leaked out online and all that bullshit. So yeah, so basically they were asking me all these fucking different questions and shit. They had the they had the transcripts, they had the logs, they had the screenshots and all that shit. And I mean, I basically just told them, yeah, man, I'm just here to get a fucking cupcake. I don't know what the fuck's going on or whatever. Don't know what the fuck all these cameras is for and all that shit. But the main thing I feel like I regret that day is I didn't bring my Glock off the counter and I didn't shoot those motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And it's actually a blessing in disguise that I didn't bring any type of protection, because I'd probably be doing 25 years to fucking life right now. So like I mentioned before, it's pretty much a blessing in disguise, you know? Let me tell you guys something right here, right the fuck now. If I had any type of firearm, Glock, SIG, 1911, AR, whatever, Alex Rosen would be fucking dead right now. Terminated. His fucking shit will be splattered all over this goddamn blacktop. Well, as I'm walking down, right, a lot of people think that I ended up calling Philippe first. That's not true. I actually ended up calling my friend Jason first. I don't think he answered. Then I called Philippe. He didn't answer, but he called back. And he was basically saying, you know, dude, just go home. Get the fuck out of there. Stop talking to him. Don't say shit else. Just go the fuck home. And as I got to about right here, that's when Jason called. I'm like, yo, man, started crying, you know, all that theatrical bullshit. Started crying, thought my fucking life was over. Told him that I might be going to fucking jail. He's all like, what the fuck's going on, blah, blah, blah. Told him the situation, and he kind of said something similar to what Philippe said. By the way, Philippe, you still owe me $1,000, bitch, so fuck you. And he basically told me, like, you know, get the fuck out of there. Just go home. Just, nigga, just do anything you fucking want to. just get the fuck out of there and just leave, you know what I mean? So pretty much after that, I walked back around this corner the same way the same route I took to get up. Walked around the corner, went back to Rite Aid, hopped up in the car, got the fuck out, peeled the fuck out basically. As in my mind, as I'm walking out, just get the fuck out, dude. Just go. Get out, go, run now. Don't look back. You ever watch them scary ass movies where it's like, you know, just keep running and don't look back, you know what I mean? Or don't look down or whatever. That's pretty much what the fuck I did. So as I'm running, or walking, jogging, brisk walking, or whatever, I have something similar like this to open my car, you feel me? And obviously I don't want to fucking take 90 fucking years to like keep trying to open the bitch and whatever. So literally as I get to about right here, I'm doing this and clicking this button to open up the door to make sure that it's open as soon as I get there.